Hello, it's been a minute. For me at least, I have been a little bit under the weather. So, if you don't know me, I am Ellie, and I'm obsessed with all things Squarespace and all things systems. Today, I'm going to be talking to you a bit about how to use the new fun shape block in Squarespace. So, let's get started. I'll make myself tiny now. There we go. Okay, so this is just a little demo I've done up, but let's recreate this and then see what else we can explore. So first things first, if you go to the bottom of this section, you'll see a new section here that says, or a new block here that says shape. Go ahead and give that a click. It shows up here like a big square, big gray square. It shows up as gray for mine because that's in my branding colors. And it's sort of the like muted one in my branding colors. So if you go ahead and hit edit, you can see you can change. I'm going to put this over here. You can start by just changing, actually before, you can change the corners. So you can say I want to add a 30% border radius to this. Or sorry, I did 300 there, which is why it's a lot. Or you can make all of the different corners different. You can decide if it's stretched or square. So this is square, that's a rectangle, obviously. And you can decide on the color. So let's make this yellow like the other one, and I added a drop shadow. It will automatically, you can change the angle, the distance, the blur. So right now you can see it's quite small. I'm gonna make it a lot more obvious for our reference here. And then I'm also gonna make it burgundy, and then I'm gonna make it, you can see I can increase how blurry that is. And then I'm gonna make the burgundy a little more transparent. So this isn't exactly the same as this one, but it's a similar vibe. And then we're gonna go ahead and change the shape. So we're gonna, again, change it up a little. So it's not exactly the same as this other one we're doing, but similar. So you can see there's all these different shape options. You can decide if I want that square or not. I'm gonna go with this 4-point star. I'm not gonna stretch it. And I'm gonna make it a lot bigger here. And then I'm going to add an image over it. So I'm going to add an image. I'm going to make that image a circle. I'm going to make that circle a little bit bigger. And I'm going to see if I can keep it from getting stretched out into an oval. It won't really let me if I want this to be centered. I can obviously fix that if I wanted to make this one line bigger, that I could probably stretch this out into a regular circle. It still doesn't want to be a circle. The way that I would probably fix this is it's probably set to fit. I'm going to set this to fit, and then we will take a look. So it'll be a little bit easier once we select an image. I have way too many images on my in my library already, so I'm not going to bother with another. And I'm going to let that upload for a second. While it's thinking, let's go back. It's set to shape. There we go. Now that circle is round again. It sometimes just can get a little bit, and you can turn off or on that stretch. Obviously, in reality, if I were doing this, I'd probably want that image to be a lot closer to my face. So if I wanted to do that, you can always edit the image directly in Squarespace. It is a little bit slow to do, but it's totally doable. You can I could crop that into a square, bring that way down, and focus in on my face. And it saves that as a new file in your image library, your asset manager. So I'm just going to discard that for now because I don't really care. So let's see what else we can do with this. Let's add another block. So let's start with the shape block and put it just right nice down here. Obviously, you can do it in your palette. So I can make this burgundy, which is 9 times out of 10 what I would do with my website design. Or you can change it to any color you want. So you can drag this around, or you can, if you know the RBG, but most people, you would probably be more likely to know the hex code for whatever you want to be designing for. So let's see, let's just go with this blue. Let's create a really fun arch here. We're going to then make this bigger. I'm going to add a little drop shadow. I want it to be down on this end, so I'm going to make it just a little bit further away. And you can see it there kind of hiding there. I want it to be probably at 45 degrees. So let's go with that. So it's kind of down there. I want the color to be a little more obvious. So I'm going to go with the black, and then I'm going to make it a little more transparent. Now, what I'm going to do is add an image block. And I'm going to make the shape the same, which is in the 2x3. So they have the same shape. Going to add an image. So I'll select that from my library, and I'll just scroll down until I find one of me. That one will do. So I'm going to make this fit so that it's quite a similar size. Okay, so it's trying to, there we go. We're going to set it to stretch. So now it will be able to play a little bit more by our rules here. Now I'm going to put this just like that. One box up in each direction. Now I don't really like the way that looks. What I would probably actually do is see if I can play around with the gap here to get it just right, or with the sizing of these. So maybe if I made it a little bit bigger, it would look a little less funny the way that I want it to, right? Or I could make it just a smidge smaller and get it to sort of be centered in there. Now, that's a lot of work, unfortunately, to sort of center things in Fluid Engine. It's a nightmare when you're trying to customize, but it's definitely doable. So, okay, so just playing around with that. Like, it's not perfect, but it's kind of the vibe. And then, or we can go a little bit over to the side here. Maybe not quite that far over to the side. And what I'm going to do is just mimic this, make this a little bit bigger. And then, I don't know, I'm just playing around here, but what I could do, essentially is what I'm getting at, is that I can then add other blocks onto it. So let's add a block, let's add some text, and we'll move that over here. I've had an idea. So let's make this go a little bit further down. We're gonna drag this to just here. So you now got this text block. You can write a caption for this photo section, and then you can make that text bigger and bolder and white, so it's really easy to read. And what I would probably do, obviously, then is bring this to be centered in the graphic, and then to be centered in the block itself. This is trying to be Google Translate for me. And that's actually relatively cute. Like, it's not perfect. I would want to play with this a lot more to get it to my own, like, obsessive tendencies. The other thing is I think it's quite a big. It takes up a lot of my screen. So what I would actually probably do is now, as I'm going to hit Shift, I'm going to click, or I'm going to select all three of these. You can just do that by clicking and dragging, I think. Or is it Command? There is a way to drag. There we go. There's a way to hold on to more than one of these things and move them around. I've just done this. Oh goodness, I've done it recently. There we go. So I just clicked that all in all those and dragged. And then also, while they're all selected, I could probably bring them all down one size, just to help it be a little bit less big on the giant screen. The other thing is obviously I changed my focal point here, so my face is actually centered. And then I could do anything I want with this space over here. Probably some more text. And a little fun section that I've just created. So this is, you can do like anything with these. You're going to see a lot of really interesting things happening in Squarespace with these. People are getting really creative with them. I've centered these ones. I've centered this one too, but you don't have to center them. They can sit behind your image or behind text, behind a video, really behind any one of Squarespace's other blocks. They can sit behind a form. Like they literally can do anything. So my forms in Squarespace are, they have to sit on a dark background so I can see that. There's no form fields. Interesting. It's not giving me even the possibility to add form fields. So I probably need to hit save and restart that, but lots of different things. Any block in here, you can layer these. And as a reminder with Fluid Engine, oh, there it goes right as I got impatient. You can move things to the back, move things to the front. Like you can layer these in any way that you want. So get to having fun. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, talk soon.